So just as a little bonus here, we're going to be taking a look at what to do in case the opponent does a little teleport play here. So the opponent is going to be running Symettra Reaper, and they do this little teleport trick over at the end. Now, the first thing here is that you should be seeing this. You should be able to see that. Yeah, so my opponents are gone. Where could they possibly have... Yeah, so you're here, you fire strike the teleporter, yeah, just for morale, I guess. Now, your reaction here... Your Zarya's already reacted to her. I guess you should actually draw instead of just pointing at the screen. Okay, your Zarya's already reacted here. And this is already an interesting location for your Zarya to be. And you're going to react to this by joining her, if I do remember correctly. So you're like, yep, she teleported, and then you come over here. Now, when we're thinking about what you want to be doing over time, so we were talking previously about being in a position where the opponent is going to lose more resources than you over time. This is going to be a really difficult thing for you to do because you're trying to fight them here, and if you try and push in, they're going to have a much easier job of killing you than your team does of killing them, right? So this choke is very, very neutral and super hard. Like, imagine if this little doorway here was, you know, the choke of 2CP. That would be the most brutal hard choke of your life, because nobody can really push through this choke without dying. So this is just... you don't know. So the opponents, first of all, they've got a much better option, right? So they don't have to push through here. The only way that that door would be used is if pressure and the tension has been taken way off of it and it's moved into a different area. Man, I really hate the noise of the thing being taken. But anyway, so the opponent is going to be using their shields here to take this location. Now, this location is going to allow them to threaten a lot of stuff. And if you try and fight them from here, if you try and fight them on the point here, really anywhere that they have this high ground, because they can retreat and they can regenerate, or any of their resources if they get low, if they get pressured, if you land like 1 or 2 shots on them and then the third would kill them, it doesn't matter, they crouch backed up. Use the power of high ground, imagine. So the only real option that you have here is to take away the advantage that they really have. Now, they can control... so they can control pretty much all of this area just based off of controlling this high ground here. So the only option that you have is playing the objective and not being here at all. This is just horrific. What you want to be doing is move all the way around and play just so that you can have like one teensy tiny toe on the objective. And the way that you remove this advantage is the fact that this advantage is only a precursor to actually winning the game. To win the game, they actually need to be on the objective. So if you ever see this rotation, you can't try and prevent them from taking the high ground. The teleporter is going to allow them to get there faster. The way that you do it is you're going to be playing, you know, right here, there's a mega right here that you can use to have your backline safely in it. They can use this high ground through the staircase as a retreat, or if things get real bad, you can use this corner, for example, and then just kind of like contest the point by putting your pinky toe here. That gives you a retreat not onto a mega or anything like that, but it still gives you at least the ability to force the opponent off the high ground to contest this point. So they do actually a great move, and they drop to make sure that you have to push into them. So this forces you to be proactive, because the resources that they are gaining are not only going to be objective progress, but also your backline isn't very safe. They've got a great ability to put a lot of spam damage on you. You're close range. They've got a Symettra and a Reaper. This is pretty shit. Now, this is going to be forcing you to go in, so you've got no option. You've got to go in. They've got double barriers. You have to make a play. Soldier does a good play on the little flank, trying to make sure that the opponent's double shield advantage is removed a little bit. You're pushing in.
30 seconds Dein Schutzengel.
And predictably, things do not go in your favor. So these are the sort of situations where fights are very often won or lost before they even began, especially on 2CP. So the fact that the opponent simply teleported, took the high ground from you, and you didn't react in time means that you were losing resources faster than they were. Because of that, you were in a bad position. You had to make a play, but you really had no good plays to make. It was desperation, and you ended up dying.
10 seconds remaining. Objective lost.
Moral of the
New
story here
defense
is
point.
there's nothing
Objective
wrong
B.
with nothing. Don't try and force things. Kind of funnel the opponent into a location where they are going to lose more resources than you over time so that you can win without actually having to swing your hammer at all.